Hello and welcome to TTVNEWS broadcasting on TayNinhTV newspaper and radio television with some latest in TayNinhTV province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on July 12, member of the Party Central Committee and Minister of Construction Trần Hồng Minh conducted a field inspection of the Ho Chi Minh City Ring Road project at the interchange with the Ho Chi Minh City Trung Lương Expressway, the Bến Lức Long Thành Expressway in Mỹ Yên Cam Ranh TayNinhTV province. Joining the delegation, there was also Mr. Nguyễn Minh Lâm, standing member of the Provincial Party Committee and Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee.
The section of Ring Road number 3 running through TayNinhTV span for 6.8 kilometers and consisting of the two sub-projects with a total investment of 4,208 billion Vietnam dong, including the 3,040 billion Vietnam dong construction and 1,168 billion Vietnam dong for the site clearance and resettlement support. And today, 100% of households affected by the projects have been cleared. The resettlement area has been completed and lots have been allocated to residents. Meanwhile, the three-main construction packages have been actively implemented by contractors with the overall progress reaching nearly 78% and meeting the government's schedule requirements. Additionally, the interchange between the Ring Road number 3 and Ho Chi Minh City Trung Lương and Bến Lức Long Thành Expressways has been completed also, and this includes the overpasses, on-floor paving, and traffic safety system, lighting for the brand roads H and A1, and expanded the links to Bến Lức Long Thành Expressway. As of May the 15th of 2025, this section has been handed over to the Bến Lức Long Thành Expressway project for the final preparations and potential opening to traffic in accordance with the regulation. The Vice Chairman Nguyễn Minh Lâm pressed to the Minister Trần Hồng Minh that the province will meet the government's timeline targets and complete the expressway by 2025 and fully open the entire project by April the 30th of 2026. At the inspection, the Minister Trần Hồng Minh instructed the Principal People's Committee Department of Construction and Long An Project Management Board to push contractors to ensure that the Ring Road number 3 project reaches the technical traffic readiness by December the 19th of 2025. And he also called on TayNinhTV authorities and relevant agencies to finalize the necessary procedures and expedite the launch of the Ring Road number 4 project through TayNinhTV in the coming time.
Ladies and gentlemen, following its administrative merger, TayNinhTV province is making a strong push forward, emerging as a promising industrial hub. According to the master plan approved by the Prime Minister, by 2030, the total area of industrial zones in TayNinhTV is projected to reach an impressive figure, over 24,500 hectares. This row is merely about numbers. Key industrial zones are being strategically arranged to form an interconnected system that functions efficiently. From the bustling zones in the north such as Phước Trong, Thanh Tân Công and Trang Bang to the well-known zones in south like Long Hồ, Phú An Thạnh, Tân Đức, Hải Sơn, all are serving a powerful magnet for attracting foreign direct investment or FDI. Particularly, capital inflow from countries like South Korea, Japan, China, and several European nations are increasing steadily. This trend not only reflects investor confidence in the growth potential of the new TayNinhTV, but also serves as clear evidence of a favorable investment environment, synchronized infrastructure, and effective investment attraction policies that the former provinces of TayNinhTV and Long An have developed.
And in June of 2025, the border guard stations in TayNinhTV province maintained a close cooperation with their counterparts across the border and helping facilitate immigration and cross-border trade. Authorities strictly control the people, vehicles, and goods at the border gates, processing over 111,000 exits and 113,600 entries. Export total more than 156,000 tons, while the imports reached over 262,000 tons and about 560 cubic meter of finished timber. The transit procedures were completed for over 103,000 tons of outbound and 53,000 tons of import goods. And the border forces also effectively handled several complex cases and checkpoints, contributing to the border security and order.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a domestic market of over 100 million people, Vietnam is considered a highly potential space for local businesses, especially amid export instability. However, instead of being a breakthrough opportunity, the market is increasingly overwhelmed by products of unknown origin, leaving many genuine businesses exhausted and unable to compete. In recent years, more Vietnamese companies have been investing in structured production processes and enhancing product quality to meet new international standards. This shift not only respond to increasingly demanding consumer expectations, but also sets a sustainable path for market expansion. To meet domestic demand, businesses have focused on diversifying product portfolios, expanding distribution channels, and improving quality control. We are creating a more diverse product portfolio, including ready-to-eat business, soup, business coffee, and extracts, reaching different consumer segments. At the same time, we are developing more distinctive products, helping consumers recognize and enjoy business in new modern styles. Despite meeting the strict quality and commercial standards of demanding export markets, many Vietnamese businesses still struggle to win over domestic consumers. Part of the challenge lies in a segment of consumers who favor foreign brands, while rampant counterfeiting and low-quality goods further mislead customers and hinder access to authentic products. There was a recent incident that caused consumer confusion, and our products were also affected. Consumers are willing to pay for quality and prioritize Vietnamese agricultural goods, but now they make choices much more carefully. To support Vietnamese businesses on their home turf, authorities need to crack down aggressively and continuously on counterfeit and imitation goods, not just through occasional campaigns, to restore consumer trust and give legitimate businesses a fighting chance. Ensuring supply chain transparency can protect authentic products and help build confidence in the domestic markets. Product transparency is essential from input to output. In addition, businesses must invest in product marketing. This is a necessary step to build a smarter, more methodical consumer market and restore consumer confidence. As per se, Vietnamese companies must also take the initiative to innovate by adopting new technologies, diversifying offerings to suit various consumer segments, and aligning with trends such as authenticity, eco-friendliness, and sustainability. Above all, businesses must approach quality as their core competitive value, conquering the market through empathy and consistent consumer support. Turn to other news. Ladies and gentlemen, public investment disbursement is considered one of the top priorities for Tây Ninh province following its recent administrative merger. In response, the province is taking close and proactive measures, emphasizing the leadership role of key officials and strengthening inspection and supervision to ensure the effective use of public investment capital.
And post the merger, the newly consolidated province has allocated a total public investment capital plan of over 16.34 trillion Vietnam dong for the 2025. Of this, the former Long An area was allocated more than 10.3 trillion, while the former Tân Ninh area received over 6 trillion Vietnam dong. This funding is critical for promoting the socio-economic development, particularly in the key projects involving transportation infrastructure, the healthcare, education, and the new rural development program. As of early July, the province's overall public investment disbursement rate has reached over 60%, and this result reflects the strong efforts of localities and project management units to resolve the and bottlenecks and speed up construction progress, especially for the high-impact projects and virtually complete infrastructure systems to attract investment and support the successful implementation of the province's development goals.
TayNinhTV is making strong efforts to implement digital transformation initiatives, focusing on a breakthrough plan for the development of science, technology, innovation, and digital transformation for the 2025-2030 period. In terms of digital infrastructure from now until the end of 2025, the province will continue to update and upgrade the functionality of application system, the data warehouse, and digital transformation assessment tools. At the same time, it will reassign a large number of user accounts following recent administrative mergers. Alongside this, TayNinhTV is promoting the development of a unified digital platform to facilitate data sharing and connectivity between agencies, aiming to provide 100% open data and leverage artificial intelligence to support analysis, reporting, and decision-making. The Province Intelligence Operations Center is being effectively operated, improving governance capacity and enhancing interaction between the government and citizens. Additionally, the province has equipped new IT infrastructure for the newly established one-stop shop service departments at the commune level and provided guidance on updating accounts in the public feedback and petition system. It has also completed the foundational infrastructure for AI applications to support public officials, upgraded the administrative procedures processing system, and developed a new shared mobile app integrating utilities for both citizens and businesses.
The crop rotation and using livestock waste as organic fertilizer and these integrated farming models are not only helping many households, especially the farming households in TayNinhTV province, develop sustainably, but also contribute to protecting the arable land and the living environment. Instead of cultivating a single crop, many local farmers have proactively implemented the crop rotation and intercropping of the short-term and perennial plants based on the seasonal conditions. This, combined with the small-scale livestock and poultry farming at the household level, which not only increases income but also allows efficient use of animal waste for agricultural production. The timely shift to suitable crops have improved the soil quality, protect the environment, and reduce the input costs. This is considered a necessary direction for the farmers to increase production efficiency and adapt to changing natural conditions.
Dear audience, every year as the rice season begins, a silent yet thorough mission continues. The journey to search for, recover, and repatriate the remains of Vietnamese volunteer soldiers and experts who sacrificed their life during various wartime periods in Cambodia. Across remote regions like Sri Lanka, Battambang, and Pailin, they navigate rock forest roads, filter every drop of water for daily use, and farm during drought and scarcity. Yet the members of Team K73 have never faltered. This is my second time participating in the search for martyrs' remains in Cambodia. The weather this time is much harsher, but that only strengthens our determination to bring our uncles and brothers back to their beloved homeland. During Phase 2 of Campaign 24 rice season of 2024-2025, Team K73 recovered 106 sets of remains. In total, they located 156 sets during the entire campaign, achieving 219% of the set plan. With unity and determination, we've overcome every challenge, leading the mission to recover the remains of our comrades who sacrificed themselves on Cambodian battlefields. It's a sacred duty for those of us. Read village to live in peace. Every officer and soldier has committed wholeheartedly to this task with unwavering will and the deepest devotion to our fallen comrades. The ceremonies to receive, hand over, and honor the martyrs have become powerful symbols of gratitude. These moments not only ignite patriotism but also inspire a deep sense of historical responsibility, especially among the youth, because history is not just to remember, it's to guide us forward. I was incredibly moved and deeply grateful witnessing each set of dreamers return to their homeland, to their motherland's embrace. These heroes gave their lives for independence, peace, and the peaceful friendship between Vietnam and Cambodia. As the younger generation, we're proud to carry forward our forefathers' legacy and uphold our youth's creativity and responsibility. Team K-73 peacetime soldiers are continuing a heroic chapter with loyalty and brotherhood. With on-desk compassion, commitment, and tireless effort, this sorrow journey will go on, linking the past with the present, full of gratitude and a future of lasting solidarity between Vietnam and Cambodia. In recent years, the TayNinhTV province has consistently invested in modern, biosecure, and sustainable livestock farming. As a result, the province's total livestock population has steadily increased, now reaching around 734,000 cattle and 22.7 million poultry. Pigs and poultry make up the majority, mostly raised on medium and large-scale farms using closed-loop system, industrial feed, and advanced waste treatment technologies. The province is actually shifting from small-scale to concentrated farming, encouraging long-term investments from businesses and corporates. This role not only meets local food demand, but also opens up export opportunities, supporting TayNinh's role of developing high-tech agriculture. Located at the headquarters of Vam Kodong River near the southwestern border, Logor Samat National Park reserves a rare semi-evergreen forest ecosystem. With rich biodiversity and scenic landscape, it is being developed as an ecotourism destination closely tied to conservation, an emerging strategy for TayNinh. The park offers biking, trekking, and riverside eco-experiences that attract nature-loving visitors. However, development faces challenges due to strict conservation regulations and its border location. Despite this, the park management has proposed an ecotourism development plan and is actually seeking investors. Properly tapping into Logor Samat's ecotourism potential, we will preserve its ecological value and support TayNinh's sustainable green economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, more than 1.1 million students across the country and thousands in TayNinh province are now anxiously awaiting the results of the 2025 National High School Graduation Exam. This marks not only the end of 12 years of schooling, but also opens a new door to greater journeys ahead. Over the past months, students have given their own studying tirelessly, overcoming stress and enduring many long sleepless nights.
And the 2025 exam was held over 2 days from June the 26th and June the 27th and was widely assessed as safe, serious, and compliant with regulation. Immediately after the exam, the students' test papers were securely and carefully transported to the grading center according to strict protocols. And currently, most students are experiencing a mix of anxiety and hope. Any speculation about the scores has now taken a backseat as they wait for the official results. Alongside the general anticipation, a student also has their own expectations and plans for the next chapter. Phạm Quốc Huy, a student from Châu Thành Community, TayNinh, said that even 2 weeks after the exam, he still felt nervous and slightly regretful. However, after checking against the official answer keys from the Ministry of Education and Training, he felt fairly confident in his performance. I feel quite nervous waiting for my results and estimated my score to be around 23 marks, and I think it's a pretty good score compared to my expectation, and I believe I will pass the graduation requirement and hopefully get into my dream universities. Meanwhile, Phạm Quốc Huy from Bình Minh TayNinh province is closely following the news outlets and emission website to track the mark trends and college entrance updates. He also seeking advice from the teacher to adjust his college preferences in line with his performance and this year's scoring trends. Like many, he's dealing with the mixed emotions of worry and hope. After checking the ministry as a key, I have high hope for my results. I got most of the answer with the right, only missed a few multiple choice questions. I'm currently applying in Ho Chi Minh City's College of Public Course, and the selection process is quite intense this year because it is the first year under the new reform, so there are major steps. According to regulation, local departments of education and training must complete a thorough review of the grading process and submit the results to the Ministry of Education and Training by 5 p.m. on July the 13th of 2025 for the final verification. And at 8 a.m. on July the 16th of 2025, on Exam Council nationwide will officially announce the results to the students. And on July the 18th, the student meeting requirements will be formally recognized as high school graduates, and it is a key milestone, marking not only the end of the exam but also the beginning of the new opportunities as students move on to select their majors and submit applications to university and colleges.
And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.